through Albuquerque last night, leaving the field here at University Stadium, a frozen tundra. Ground crews arrived this morning and have done a marvelous job preparing this field for one of the biggest games in New Mexico's 99-year history. The sun is out and a record crowd expected to watch Brigham Young, one of the longtime powers in the WAC, take on New Mexico, a school on the verge of stepping into the national spotlight. Those beautiful Sandia Mountains behind them. Dabney back to receive. Bloom has it teed up at the 35-yard line. Jared Kennedy also back to receive for Brigham Young. The Cougars come in with a 6-3 record, 4-2 in conference play. The Lobos 7-2, 4-2. Kennedy at the 15-20, breaks a tackle and is tackled down. Ball loose. Lobos have it at the 22.
What a way to start. This is what BYU did not want to happen. This is exactly what New Mexico wanted. Turning the ball upfield, big hit there. Ball bounces out. He might have been down. He might have been down.
Dabney, the return man, so a fumble, and the Lobos, who deferred, they kick the football, and they will have it to start at their own at the Cougar 23-yard line. Graham Leigh, the junior from Mesa, Arizona, under center. They line up in the I formation, 1st and 10 from the 22. The Lobos start with the ground game. Isaiah Mangale made the tackle. There you look at Graham Leigh's numbers on the season, over 1,700 yards passing. Kellen, very impressive touchdown to interception ratio, 17-7.
He's had an outstanding junior season.
Second down, 7 from the 20-yard line of Brigham Young. 2 wideouts, slot man near side. Leigh on the sprint out option, wants to run, tucks it, first down, out of bounds at the 7-yard line. Tackled by the weak side linebacker, Brad Martin. Pascal Valls, the go-to man, 9 touchdown receptions over the past 4 football games for New Mexico. Up front, it's a good front. Brown, Carson, Tyner, Wallace, Jager.
On the option play, he's going to come to the outside. Graham Leigh, number 7, a quarterback. He's going to make a decision. Right there, he sees that the outside defender goes to the tailback. He turns it upfield for a good gain. Easy decision that time.
1st and goal from the 8. Leigh sprints, near side. Again, tucks and run, has a lane, stumbles and falls inside the 5-yard line. Mangale, the right tackle, number 98, a junior, made the tackle.
Big Mangale at 285 pounds. He's got a good range on him for a man that size.
Well, defensively for Brigham Young, Ed Keel, Darren Yancey, Mangale, and Brian Fish having a super season. 7 sacks, leads the team, also with 12 hurries. Good group of backers, and Reed, Morris, and Martin. And Omar Morgan, a WAC number 1 pick in the conference a year ago. Good cover man, is nicknamed the Blanket. Up the middle. Johnson stacked up and finally put down at the line of scrimmage.
New Mexico is a very young team, Craig. Right now, they're in a game situation where they're wondering what it's like to be where BYU has been. Right there on that play, Johnson should have took that ball and kept going straight ahead, Get what you can. Don't dance, don't try to get fancy. A touchdown here would be demoralizing to BYU.
Now, Dennis Franchione told us yesterday if you could just peel the Y off the helmet of Brigham Young, it would take so much of the mystique away, and the players of New Mexico would think, hey, it's just another football game. Clock running. Balls the motion man, throws it.
Got him.
Touchdown.
Number 1, Omar Morgan on the coverage there, got beat for the easy touchdown. Play action by Graham Leigh, sucked him in, they were looking for run.
Chris Shelton came out of his fullback position. You see him wide open to the far side of your screen, never picked up. And Omar Morgan about 3 steps late on coverage.
Omar Morgan was following the man, coming down in motion to the inside, got caught up in the middle, and the fullback just snuck right to the outside.
Colby Kaysen will try the point after, so the turnover turns into points for New Mexico. And the PAT is up and good. The Lobos 4-point favorites in this game, trying to knock off mighty Brigham Young, and they lead by 7.
This game is so important to New Mexico, not only from the standings in the WAC conference. We'll take a look at the Mountain Division here. What has to happen? New Mexico 2 wins and a Rice loss, and they go to the championship game. BYU 2 wins and a Rice loss, so this game is very important. The winner of this game has a chance to go to the WAC championship, and SMU, Rice, and Utah still in the hunt.
Last time we checked, Rice trailing in Utah.
Big time. Here you go on the replay, the fake to the tailback to the inside, and the fullback just slips to the outside again as Omar Morgan, number 1, the 165-pound cornerback, got caught up in the inside, following the motion man too far down the middle.
Mexico scoring drives after the turnover. 5 plays that go 23 yards, just 2:23 off the clock. Horton and Dabney back now to receive for BYU. The line drive kick sends back Horton 5 yards deep. He'll take a knee, and the Cougars will start on their own 20-yard line. There's a look at Kevin Federick. 61% completion rate on his passes, over 1,500 yards. Missed 4 games because of a fractured ankle that he suffered 5 weeks ago in a game that we called down at a very rainy game against Rice.
It is nothing short of miraculous that this young man has returned to the field as quickly as he has and played as well as he did last week.
4 touchdowns last week against Tulsa. There's a good look at the dean of the head coaches of the WAC, Lavelle Edwards, in his 26th season. His Cougars down 7, 12:20 to play opening quarter. First play handoff. McKenzie tries the left side, a couple to the 23. Play action, Federick, the left-hander, slides it to Cahoon. Lowers the helmet, picks up extra yardage to the 39. McDonald, Ramos McDonald, number 34, the quarterback, made the tackle. 14-yard pickup. Ben Cahoon came in with 50 catches on the season. Also Roderick, Dustin Johnson now has moved from fullback to tight end. Cup and Brian McKenzie in the backfield. Up front, John Tate returns after missing 2 games with a hamstring. And oh, it's a big front line, 6'6", 306 pounds for Brigham Young. There's a good look at Ben, the big kahuna, as they call him. McKenzie gets a call, has a lane, he can go!
And he's gone.
Goodbye. McKenzie at the 20, McKenzie at the 10, touchdown.
Untouched.
62 yards.
The moment they lost containment on the outside, McKenzie, 5'10", 215 senior, but great speed. Broke it to the outside, and this Lobo crowd got real quiet.
McKenzie, the WAC Mountain Division Player of the Week a week ago, 187 yards against Tulsa already with a carry of 62.
62-yard touchdown. New Mexico was in a blitz situation. They came up trying to play him tight, the line of scrimmage. They lost containment, and that's all McKenzie needed.
Potchman in to try the point after. Owen Potchman has made 22 consecutive point afters. Good snap, the kick is up, and the left footer is true. So a shootout in the WAC, buckle up, hang on, it's 7-7 in Albuquerque.
We thought we were gonna have a low-scoring game, but might not be.
We'll come back. It's the Lobos and Cougars, tied at 7. Gears, sure like that snowstorm last night, Kellen.
Are you a skier?
I tried.
Go for it.
Oh, the scoring drive, 3 plays, 80 yards, a minute 17. McKenzie, 62-yard touchdown run. How about McKenzie, though? 17 rushing touchdowns in his last 16 games. Pro scouts, they love this guy. Explosive speed. He's strong. He's ran a 4.28 for the pro scouts.
No, you mean 4.2?
4.28. Yes.
Okay. That's moving.
That's moving. Oliver at the 5.
That's outside.
Oliver at the 35-40. And the Lobos will start with excellent field position. 32-yard return.
Take a look at the touchdown again. He is going to go untouched, Craig. Brian McKenzie breaking to the outside. Just excellent blocking. The Lobos lose containment on the outside. And number 20, Brian McKenzie, it's just form running from here on out, showing that 4.28 40 speed. He's a big man. That's 215 pounds. Moving at that speed.
Graham Leigh. McKenzie with impressive touchdown numbers. How about 14 touchdowns in the last 5 games for Graham Leigh? 11 pass, 3 on the ground from the I formation. Reginald Johnson in the backfield. Johnson hopping and skip, finds a little hole off the right side, picks up a couple up to the 42-yard line. McGarrahan in on for his 4th stop of the day. Big number 98 out of Wheat Ridge, California, Colorado, that is. His brother Shane wears number 77, backup left tackle.
You know, he's 6'2", 285, but he has incredible quickness. Only a junior. He'll be back again next year.
Dennis Franchione, 6th season, 31 wins, 34 defeats. First time in back-to-back winning seasons since 1970-71 for the Lobos program. Incomplete. The pass went out to the tight end, Tony Hemphill. Brad Martin on the coverage along with Ben Cook.
Brad Martin, number 30, came off of his coverage of the outside receiver and fell right back into the play. The pass to the tight end, a very dangerous pass.
You look at the numbers, 3rd down conversions on the year, just over 40%. 3rd down and 6 from the 43-yard line. Delay, draw, around the corner. 1 man to beat, big contact. Dion Marion and Jason Walker had a, let's just say, a howdy-do down there at the 25.
Now, the WAC is known as an offensive conference, but watch the contact here at the end of this play. A good run, breaking to the outside. Another starter picks up the first down, then has a lot more extra, and decides, okay, I just got to deliver the blow. Boom. That is mano a mano.
Dion Marion out of Killeen, Texas, 209-pound junior, 34-yard pickup down to the Cougar 24-yard line. Clock running under 10 minutes ago. Opening quarter so far, both teams have traded punches. Touchdowns from both sides. New Mexico looking for more from the eye. Lee sprints out, tries to throw back across the grain, and the catch is hauled down inside the 10-yard line. Ben Cook on coverage, and the man, they call him Velcro, Pascal Valls, averaging 110 yards a game.
A simple crossing route by the 2 wide receivers coming across the field off the play action like it might have started like an option, pulls up and throws back across the grain. The quarterback just ran right past Valls, number 81. Good play action.
17-yard pickup. Pascal Valls has just dominated defenses the last 4 games. 30 receptions, nearly 600 yards, and the 9 touchdowns. Nearly had his 10th there. First and goal inside the 10. Inside the 5 to the 3. Darren Yancey made the stop. Let's go downstairs in Holly Rowe.
Guys, every single game, New Mexico has a goal to have explosives. They want to have 6 explosives per game. And what those are, it's an idea they stole from Minnesota Vikings coordinator Brian Urlacher. And what it is, it's 16 yards or more on the run, 20 yards or more on a pass. And they've already got one here on this series, and it's definitely putting them in scoring position. In games where they have 6 explosive plays or more, they're winning.
Now, Dennis Franchione wants those big plays. Has a 34-yarder and a 17-yard pass play on this drive alone. Up and over. Close, no signal.
They're going to give it to him.
Touchdown, New Mexico.
In our pregame conferences, the coaches thought we might have a low-scoring game, maybe somewhere in the 20s, even in the teens, as the WAC is getting more defensive. But already, in the first quarter, we've got 21 points on the board. Simple straight-ahead dive play. Follow the fullback, go over the top to tailback. He barely broke the goal. Touchdown.
Reginald Johnson, the sophomore, with his 4th rushing touchdown. Colby Kaysen, the kick is true, and the Lobos now lead 14-7. Up and down battle here in Albuquerque. We'll come back. Lobos up by 7. Still in the first quarter, 8:31 to play. New Mexico leading Brigham Young 14-7. Well, a lot of snow fell last night. It has cleared up. Still a chilly day, let's say, in Albuquerque. Kind of odd for just the middle of November. 33 degrees. The wind not a factor. Bloom with a short kick. Dabney at the 5. Up the middle. Boy, he had some daylight, but the curtain closed at the 25-yard line. 20-yard return.
26, Reginald Johnson, 5'7", 175 pounds, but he's in for his jumping ability. Goes right over the top for the touchdown.
Nicely blocked by the fullback, Chris Shelton. The scoring drive, 6 plays, 61 yards. The key play, though, Kellen, was Marion's 34-yard run on that 3rd down and 6. Kept the drive alive, and it's 14-7.
New Mexico's converting over 40% of their 3rd down drives, and that's been the key to their success offensively all year long.
Roderick and Cahoon and his wideouts. As you look at Frederick, trailing by 7. Second man through, McKenzie. Oh, he is so tough to bring down. Count them, 1, 2, 3. 4 red jerseys led by Billy Austin. And Billy Austin is a hitter at that free safety spot, coming off an injury. Sprained his medial collateral ligament 3 weeks ago and is back in there today against BYU.
BYU with that humongous offensive line, opening up major holes for McKenzie the last few weeks.
6'6", 306. Under 8 minutes to play. Roderick in motion. Frederick, the left-hander, in the pocket. Good protection, now flushed out, sidelines it to the near sideline, and the catch is made. Oh, what a catch. Aaron Cupp, the junior.
Frederick dropping back into the pocket, looking right, coming back to his left. He's going to take a huge hit here as he delivers a football sidearm. Ooh, you know, in the NFL, he might get fined for that. But that was a nice, clean hit, knocked his helmet off. He just buckled it up and came right back in.
Well, Frederick tough. I tell you, last week after coming back from the broken ankle, took 6 stitches in the chin against that Tulsa Golden Hurricane, and he continues just to come back and come back. Flags are down. Frederick goes down at the 32-yard line. Ryan Taylor, the right end, came in untouched, but a flag at the 35. First yellow flag of the day.
Watching the left side of your screen, Ryan Taylor, number 55, only a sophomore, 228 pounds, comes untouched, stays on his route, and just continues up the field and catches Frederick trying to set up and get rid of the football. Let's see what the flag is.
Illegal motion against the offense. That penalty refused. Second down.
Tom Robinson, our referee today. You know, sacks have been a problem for BYU coming into this game. 32 of them given up by that big front. They've had different quarterbacks. In fact, that's got to be tough. Hearing different cadences. They've had 3 different signal callers on the year.
And that line has stayed pretty much intact all year long, except for the injury to Tate, who missed 2 games.
3-step drop and a tiny pass to the sideline, incomplete.
Right into the sun.
Margin Hooks, the intended receiver. How important is this game? Log jam. New Mexico, overall 7-2, Kellen, but 4-2 in the conference, as is Brigham Young. Rice, who's trailing at Utah. SMU also 4-2. Utah, if the Utes win that game, what a wild finish to the Mountain Division.
The coaches tell us they're not going to be watching the scoreboard today, but we'll take a look a little bit later when that score is announced between Utah and Rice.
From the shotgun, 2nd down, 14. Frederick.
Oh, where's the flag? Where's the flag?
And the flag comes out. Roderick was just tackled and taken at the 35. And I'll tell you, Blake Irwin, the senior out of Boulder, took him down. Nice takedown, but the flag comes out.
Just a tad early.
This is a good core of linebackers that Franchione has put together. Gary Patterson, the defensive coordinator.
No doubt about that. You see Frederick lining up here. He's the crossing route coming around right in front of Irwin, Roderick number 17, and Irwin decides just to take him down. That's one way to stop the catch.
Irwin is a durable backer, making his 42nd consecutive starts today as Franchione looks on. 6:57 to go, opening quarter. 1st and 10, Cougars from the 36. McKenzie stumbles, driven back, lost a couple back to the 32-yard line. Billy Austin led the charge for New Mexico. Cahoon lines up to the top of your screen, coming up on the 6-minute mark from the eye. Play action is Frederick, rolls and fires complete.
A great adjustment to the ball.
Billy Austin again on coverage, and Aaron Cupp out of the backfield, hauled down his 2nd catch of the day.
Just a great adjustment by Cupp. Frederick again here faking play action, rolling to the outside. His opposite arm, he gets his shoulder square. A nice flip of the wrist, but watch the adjustment by Cupp, the running back, to make the catch.
We talked to Norm Chow, the offensive coordinator for Brigham Young. Frederick is much more effective, Kellen, not really in the pocket. He likes to roam left and right and really is able to see the field better since he only stands 6 feet.
You can do that when you have a strong arm.
Cahoon in motion. 3rd down, call it 4, 2nd effort. McKenzie to the 45-yard line, about a yard shy. Let's go downstairs and Holly.
New Mexico safety Billy Austin has been out, as you mentioned, with an MCL tear. He's one of 10 5-year seniors on this team, and his absence was a real emotional void for New Mexico. Having him back in the lineup has meant a lot to New Mexico, and you can see he's making an early impact in this game. New Mexico was 1-2 without him, so you can see what a presence he's been for the Lobos.
Yeah, one of the emotional leaders for Dennis Franchione. J.D. Hartsfield in, averaging just under 42 yards a kick, his longest 65. Chad Smith back inside his own 15, set to return. He's the 5th-rated punt return man in the country, but talked about this earlier, but domination, 16 consecutive wins, 24 of the last 25 BYU has won, and you have to go back to 1980, opening game of the 80 season. Jim McMahon, the quarterback, he was sacked 9 times in that game. And New Mexico's last win against BYU. From the 11-yard line, Lobos want to try to open up some room deep in their own territory.
Ryan Frisch, number 93 on the tackle.
What a great season for Frisch.
Yeah, he's having an outstanding year. One of the leading tacklers in that defensive front. 6'5", 260 pounds, and Craig only a sophomore. He's got a lot of football ahead of him.
Yeah, it's a young front line. Keel's a junior, Yancey a junior, Mongale a junior, and Frisch, as you mentioned, just a baby. 6'5", 260. You like to see him sit down and eat.
That's so big, baby.
Under 4 minutes to go, opening quarter, 14-7, New Mexico. Leigh with a play fake.
Oh, he had it. He was there.
And now he's going to go down at the line of scrimmage of the 15. You saw him cock the arm, thought about the pass, pulled it down, and is sacked at the 15.
He was looking downfield, and he had the receiver open until number 13, Tyler Nelson, fell off into the coverage and took it away. Right here, he's about to Graham Leigh's about to turn it loose. He saw number 13, Tyler Nelson, fall back into the coverage, took away the pass play. Brian Frisch again on the tackle.
Deion Marion checks in, number 5 in the backfield. Shotgun formation. New Mexico 2 for 2 tonight on third down conversions. They're looking at a 3rd and 7. Leigh steps up, wants to run, dives. He's going to be short. They'll mark him down to the 19-yard line, so a punting situation for New Mexico. Isaiah Mongale again having a great first quarter, making the stop.
Tell you, if his younger brother is half the talent of this young man, they're going to have some players here, some young players coming up and playing very well next year.
Dabney, the very dangerous return man, is back to receive. Jason Bloom will kick for New Mexico back at his own 5.
Want to know how cold it is out here? Listen to the thump of the football.
Wow, good hang time. Dabney huddles underneath it and takes the fair catch at the 36-yard line. A 44-yard kick by Bloom. Jared Kennedy was shaken and helped off the field for Brigham Young. 2:05 to go. Margin Hooks lines up to the far side. Dustin Johnson, the tight end. Frederick, the lefty, throws it into the flats. McKenzie driven out of bounds near the 45-yard line.
Oh! That's the type of play where the receiver goes back to the quarterback and say, hey, I can't see what's out in front of me. I depend on you to do that. If you throw that ball again, you're not going to have more than words.
Boy, Cahoon and Stanton now are best friends. What a hit.
Oh, just unloads on him. Take a listen to this. 3-step drop, gets rid of the football on time. And, ooh.
Frederick Chase got a hand down. Loose ball.
They're going to call it a fumble. I mean, they're going to call it a complete pass.
I don't know.
We have to take a look at this in replay, but the official, the referee, was right on the play. He started waving it off right away.
Stanton was able to bat that ball, and it looked like 52 Henry Stevens recovered for New Mexico. Was the arm in motion?
I didn't think it was. I thought he was trying to run away from the pressure on the backside, and the ball just got knocked out of his hand. Maybe we'll get a chance to take a look at that a little bit later. The referee was right on the spot.
Chad Smith back to receive the punt of Hartsfield. Hangs it up. Fair catch of the 19. 37-yard kick. (14-7) with 1:40 to go in the opening quarter.
This first quarter has gone by rather quickly. Great deal of offense on the first 3 possessions.
Graham Leigh and the Lobos start up 1st and 10 from their own 19-yard line. They stay on the ground. Johnson, number 26, tackled by Ed Keel.
That is the 3rd drive. They started with the fullback to the inside. The fullback or the tailback will run to the inside. In my humble opinion, Craig, they're setting up a pattern to go on something on 1st down, maybe a pass, Play action, I mean, run inside, run inside, run inside, come back, play action, and go on top. Maybe when they have better field position.
Pascal Valls, the dangerous wideout, lines up one-on-one with Omar Morgan to the near side. Little option play this time. They rode the fullback, and Graham Leigh tried to pull the football, tuck and turn it up. Good read by Brigham Young's front.
Number 41, Spencer Reed, would have nothing to do with that. He stepped right into the line of the quarterback before he had a chance. As Graham Leigh slipped before he had a chance to recover and do anything with the football.
Graham Leigh is a passing quarterback. There was a day not long ago with Stoney Case here in New Mexico. They like to run the option on occasion, but Dennis Franchione has gone away from that. But yes, he will still throw that look at a defense on occasion to keep them honest. Marion checks in. Balls in motion. Omar Morgan follows him to the far side. They throw out of the backfield. Marion, where the pads are popping, down to the 25, short of the first down.
We're not exactly close to the field. We're kind of high up here in the press box, and we can hear the pass just like we're down on the sideline.
That ends the first quarter, and what a quarter. Offensive express. New Mexico leads Brigham Young by 7. Craig Buller, Jack Kellen, Winslow, and Holly Rowe back University Stadium in Albuquerque. We start the second quarter with New Mexico leading Brigham Young 14-7. Jason Bloom will kick from his own 11-yard line. Dabney. Oh, what a kick. Drives Dabney back inside the 25. Skips a tackle. Dabney cuts it to the far side.
Oh, he got a good block to the outside.
Well, he made so much out of nothing to the 41. Back to win. That has been the motto of 1997, the 1997 edition of New Mexico.
He's done a wonderful job of setting the attitude and turning this program around.
Oh, what a swarm of red. Will Snowden, the redshirt freshman, trying to get it outside, but nothing doing.
Look at that big block to the outside on this run. Aaron Nettles on the right end on the tackle, but a nice comeback block by the wide receiver.
BYU has won 16 consecutive games versus New Mexico, as we mentioned, and well, it's just astonishing to look at that next number, 24 of the last 25.
I compare what's happening here in New Mexico to what's happening at North Carolina, University of North Carolina, where they are in their program and trying to turn things around. How pivotal this game is.
Oh, the reverse nearly. No, they got a man. Federick hooks up. It's in. Cut. Touchdown.
They took the bite. No flags on the play. Take the reverse. Come up, throw it deep. 60 yards. What's that? 4 catches for Cup already?
My.
3 catches for Cup.
You know what? And Kellen, Lavelle Edwards is not known as a trick artist, to throw the trickery, but he fakes a reverse and finds Cup wide open. A great toss by Federick.
It turns out to be a misdirection. Cup 3 catches, 77 yards on the day, and we've just started the second quarter.
Potchman will try the point after. He has made 23 consecutive PATs, make it 24. And the Cougars and Lobos are tied at 14. Oh, Cup, they're banging helmets. The Cougars have tied it up here in Albuquerque. 13:49 to go in the half. We'll be back. If you look closely, maybe a smile on Lavelle Edwards' face, I believe. To his left is a special team coach, Chris Pella. Here's the play that got him into the end zone.
Watch the fake by the quarterback, Federick, and then the pickup by the wide receiver coming around on the fake reverse, giving Federick enough time to find Cup downfield, and that's Irwin, number 39, who lost Cup in the mayhem of all the movement going on. 70 yards.
14 all. Let's go downstairs in Holly Rowe.
Guys, Aaron Cup is a great success story. A former walk-on, he earned a scholarship, and he's getting only his second college start. They put him in the fullback position. They were moving Dustin Johnson back and forth between fullback and tight end. But at UTEP, teams were really limiting what they were doing with the tight end position and doubling up on their wide receivers. So they moved Dustin Johnson to tight end full-time, and that's put Aaron Cup in the spotlight. He performed very well against Tulsa last week. Again, 77 catches today. And what it's doing for BYU is opening up for the wide receivers so they can't take that tight end position and fullback position for granted anymore for the Cougars.
A good point. Nice return, Oliver, a 30-yarder, and the Lobos will start at their own 31. That was a good point because, Kellen, a former tight end yourself, BYU has always been known offensively to have the fine tight end, to drag them underneath and to make defenses play very honest. And now with Dustin Johnson settled into that spot, it's going to mix things up.
You know, when I look at Dustin Johnson, I see a player like a Todd Christensen.
Graham Leigh, faked the pitch, turns it up, skips through a tackle to the 40. Boy, nice run. Graham Leigh, we talked about how strong his arm is, 17 touchdown throws, yet he has scored 7 touchdowns on the ground. He averages nearly 4.4 yards a carry. Yancey made the stop.
Yancey has good, I mean, this whole BYU team, I mean, they're so big and they're so strong. But one point we need to make is that a lot of these guys are older than the typical college student because they do go off and serve their missionary service and they come back and finish their last 2 years.
Well, they bring the chains out to check the yardage. It's going to be close. First down. That was New Mexico's first down since the second drive. Last 2 possessions, it's been 3 and out. Now, in order to win the Mountain Division, Kellen, it's a complicated issue. New Mexico 2 wins and a Rice loss. Brigham Young 2 wins and a Rice loss. Rice is losing in Salt Lake City as we speak. SMU, same scenario, 2 wins and a loss. Then by today's winner, Rice 2 wins and an SMU loss, or a 3-way tie with SMU in today's winner. There will be a test following this. I mean, there's still 5 teams very much alive, but things will change as this day wears on.
And that's the exciting thing about what's happening in this WAC conference.
Lee had some daylight, but it was quickly taken away. Hard hit by Spencer Reed, number 41. Averaging 8 tackles a game, 3-year letterman out of American Samoa.
As I was saying, Craig, it's one of the great things about what's happening in the WAC and in other conferences that have gone to like the Big 12. The WAC has 16 teams. The Big 10, which is actually 12 teams in the Big 10. There's still a lot of competition happening at the end of the year. No team is dominating the entire conference.
Pascal Vols in motion. Under 13 minutes ago. Well, you see Graham Leigh just wait for the break. Did a couple of hitch steps, and then finally Pascal broke, and he threw it right on his fingertips to pick up a 4.
That's having a lot of confidence in your throwing ability, but also having a great deal of confidence in your offensive line. As Vol comes across the formation, turns upfield, doesn't get it right away, just kind of hangs into his route and waits for Graham Leigh to turn it loose.
Took a shot. Ben Cook, the right corner. How about those numbers? Nearly 111 yards per game, 6th nationally.
They have yet to throw in the direction of Omar Morgan, except for that little dinky slip to the fullback on the goal line, the first touchdown.
3 wide receivers from the eye, 3rd down and 6.
Right tackle jumps.
Flags come out. Been a very clean game so far in this half.
So far, hopefully it'll stay that way.
Snap, false start on the offense. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
I said the right tackle, it might have been the tight end. I just find it hard to
You can't say that word.
say that a tight end made a mistake. But I do believe it was a tight end.
Let's go!
You notice both teams, Franchione and Lavelle Edwards, they rotate a lot of players in during the course of their offensive series. Shea Johnson, who's a fine fullback, number 29 now in the ball game. 4 wide receivers, 3 line up to the near side on 3rd down and 12 from the shotgun. Leigh, the slant. First down, New Mexico, 37-yard line. Milton Thomas wide open, and Ben Cook had to chase him down.
If you're a fan of the NBA or college basketball, period, We call this a pick play. It's a simple pick play. The outside receiver waits. The outside receiver waits for the inside receiver to come in, and you'll see him coming into your picture right now. All he was trying to do was make the cornerback run over the top so that Thomas could run underneath, catch the ball for the 23-yard gain.
And a first down. Clock running. Durant and Hemphill in. Boy, BYU reading the option to perfection. You know, they see Air Force and Rice throughout the year, and they've always played the option. Those linebackers have been able to make the reads. Shelton made the tackle. Now, Dennis Franchione. This game he's talked pretty much all year about. This would be the key. Oh, the tower eye. Pascal Vols now bolts out and sets up to the far side. Second down 11, going for the home run ball with Omar Morgan. Incomplete. We talked about Franchione, what he's trying to do here in Albuquerque. The fans have responded. It's a sellout today. We played ourselves into a position where this game is very important. That was one of our goals when we started the season. Our focus is on BYU, but you can't help but have interest in how the competition is doing. And the competition, I think he's referring to Rice and Utah.
Utah, yeah. That's exactly what he's referring to.
Third down, 11. Leigh changes things up. Looks near side now. Goes
what a throw!
And what a catch!
What a throw!
Omar Morgan in on coverage, and that was just a bullet pass. I believe that Jamie Oliver, 24, came across.
A rope. He put that ball on a rope. He being Graham Leigh.
22-yard pass play, and it's the first time they've really challenged Omar Morgan one-on-one.
One-on-one to the inside. The last play through his direction, he had it covered. But Omar, Omar's only 165 pounds. If you're going to run the ball toward his direction. But Graham Leigh, what a pass. Stood in the pocket, had great protection by the offensive line of New Mexico, and put that ball right into the chest of Oliver.
Impressive stat there, 32 pass plays at 20 yards or more, which proves two things. Good protection up front, and Graham Leigh has the arm to get the ball downfield. Jamie Oliver lines up near side from the eye. First down from the 18-yard line of Brigham Young.
There it is again, first down, inside run.
The big fullback, Chris Shelton, punishing runner. Probably his best asset, though, is just his blocking. He opens the holes for the Lennox Gordons, the Reginald Johnsons, the Che Johnsons.
We haven't heard much from Lennox Gordon today.
He's been
battling
sick
all week, yeah.
I understand midweek had 103 fever. Ninth play of this drive. Graham Leigh, quick feet, throws back the other way.
He had Vols in the end zone, didn't see him.
He went for his tight end, Tony Durant, number 86, incomplete.
Got some pressure, didn't have time to take a good look downfield, get his feet set, and make an accurate throw. We might be talking about another 6 points. Goes to the outside, gets some pressure, gets his feet up under him here, tries to look back, feels the pressure, and just misses the tight end. So Vols in the maiden one in the end zone. He had two receivers downfield.
Vols lines up far side on third down 7. Now the motion man. Leigh on the rollout, fires and complete. Vols out of bounds near the first down, around the 7 or 8 yard line. Jack Williams The left corner ran him out of bounds, but a first down signal for New Mexico. That brings up a 1st and goal.
Here's Vol on a one-man pattern. Everybody else is staying in for protection. They're going to their main guy on 3rd and 8, and he performs for them coming across the formation. Graham Leigh, number 7, sets up and delivers the ball on the run. And he's a very impressive quarterback in the pocket and rolling out.
Well, they continue to bring in replacements play after play. I counted 4 Lobos off the bench on this play. 3:35 off the clock on this drive.
Gotta hurry up.
11th play coming up to the 5-yard line. Let's go downstairs in Holly Rowe.
Guys, both coaching staffs knew this was going to be a great matchup with Omar Morgan and Pascal Valls. Morgan has been playing one-on-one with the best receivers. Last week he shut down the number 2 receiver in the conference, Damon Savage. And so they did something special. New Mexico's coaches did something special this week in practice. They took 2 redshirt junior college transfers, put a number 1 on their chest, and they kept running a fresh guy one-on-one with Pascal Valls every single play. They wanted Graham Leigh to get a look at what this one-on-one coverage would look like, and they wanted Pascal to get practice breaking free and getting open. He's doing a tremendous job doing that.
There's the eyes of Omar Morgan, one-on-one with Pascal Valls. Play action pass, Graham Leigh, good protection, lobs it into the end zone, incomplete.
Ball.
Threw that football into the snowbank.
Again, they were looking for the misdirection to cause confusion as they brought Valls in motion into the middle. And that's one way they're going to try to get him free, is to starting off in one side of the formation, allow Morgan a chance to line up on him, and depending on the coverage by the defense, start him in motion. If he goes with him, it's man-to-man. If he stays on that side, they know some form of zone.
Johnson and Hemphill check in. 3rd down goal from the 5-yard line. 9:29 to go, and now a timeout. We'll step aside. Oh, a good one going on in Albuquerque. Brigham Young in New Mexico, tied at 14. Both coaches, Lavelle Edwards, Dennis Franchione, 40 seconds, we understand, remain in Salt Lake City, Utah.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's the final. Utah 31, Rice 14.
Is that a smile on Franchione's face?
Yeah, right there, I just saw one.
Yeah.
He heard it. He knows the implications. Leigh into the end zone.
Oh, wow.
Touchdown.
Mismatch.
Milton Thomas.
New Mexico came out and got lined up, and BYU looked a bit confused. Maybe they were listening to the PA announcer. They got a bit distracted because no one covered number 83.
First touchdown of the season. Now, Milton Thomas is a great story. Doesn't play a lot of downs for Dennis Franchione. One of the emotional leaders, however, and you can see the high fives around on that bench. His first touchdown of the season.
This touchdown pass from Graham Leigh to Thomas, number 83. Craig, uncovered. Franchione, he's got his finger up because he just heard the Utah-Rice final also. That's in the back of his mind also. He said he wasn't going to be able to watching the scoreboard, but we caught him in a little smile when that announcement was made that Utah had beat Rice.
Yeah, things really now change up. This game takes on such an important factor in how the Mountain Division will turn out. Bloom with the kick. Dabney runs underneath at the 12. Dabney ran out of bounds at the 22. Let's check in with Holly Rowe.
Craig, you were talking about the inspiration that Milton Thomas is to this team. He doesn't play hardly at all, but this season his mother became ill and died just before they met the Rice team. So Coach Franchione thought maybe he would bring Milton to the hotel because he's such a boost, such a morale booster for the team. So he talked to Milton about it, but Milton said, Coach, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't want to be a distraction. I don't want the teammates to be so concerned about me and my mother passing away that they're not focusing on the Rice game. Just shows you what kind of a young man this is, that he was more concerned about the team's morale than his own at that point.
Another great story in college football.
Face mask, a 5-yard penalty. First and 10, Brigham Young at the 28. 9:18 remaining, opening half. 21-14. Federick under center. Good protection, going deep, has a man. Little bump, flag should come out. No.
Oh,
There's the late one. There's the late one. Boy, I tell you, the official right on the scene waved it off. The backfield judge, the line judge, had to come up and throw the flag.
Very good company.
Against the defense, 15 yards from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
Great call by the official, no doubt about it. McGarrahan never looked back for the ball. That is pass interference. But Craig, the way UCLA started the season, would you have thought that they would be in a position right now to go to the Rose Bowl?
No, not at all.
Bob Toledo's turned that around. It all started with the drubbing of Texas in Austin. Sorry, Texas fans.
4 flags on the Lobos for 29 yards. Brigham Young so far playing a flawless game in the flag department. Dabney is in as one of the wide receivers. They fake the reverse. Here comes McKenzie. And the Lobos didn't bite. Good down line pursuit. 4 red jerseys were there, led by Woods, the left corner.
I'm not the greatest evaluator of talent, but I'm going to go on a limb and say that Brian McKenzie's a better straight-ahead runner than he is going to the side. Every time New Mexico gets his shoulders turned sideways, they slow him down and stop him for a very short game. He's able to get his shoulders square, get upfield. He is very dangerous. They've got to get him going more toward the line of scrimmage, not necessarily to the outside.
Second down and 6. Cahoon in motion. McKenzie, he must have heard you right up the middle. And a first down for Brigham Young to the 44 of New Mexico. He ran right behind Jason Anderson, the center, number 79, and Matt Cox, the 310-pound right guard.
Took the ball, he saw the block, he followed, he got his shoulders turned square to the line of scrimmage, and he's very dangerous. A great shot from the backfield. Watch McKenzie looking to the outside, doesn't say anything. His vision gives him a chance to look back to the inside. Excellent camera work.
Also a nice block by Joe Long, 6'6", 305, the left guard.
Yeah, that too.
First and 10. McKenzie, stop. And then picks up maybe a yard. Second down, 10. From the 44, Cahoon in motion. McKenzie tackled nowhere. Ryan Taylor read it all the way.
Ryan Taylor, Cypress Creek High School, Houston, Texas. Wasn't going for the fake that time. Taylor, number 55 on the outside. You watch the snap here to Federick. Hands it off, and right there in the backfield, he must have been in the huddle. Ryan Taylor, number 55.
Yeah, picture perfect tackle. You know, McKenzie, very strong running back. You hit him low, and he has no chance. Big third down, 12 from the 47. Federick rolls, fires, has a man.
Oh, what a catch, what a hit. What a play.
One-hander. And that's Cup, who's having a fine day, number 26. And Brian Brazil nearly knocked his hat off.
5'10", 185, senior Brian Brazil, number 19 out of Oakland, California, just comes up and lays the wood on Cup. I was first of all surprised he made the catch. Secondly, I was surprised he held on to it. Federick here, they're trying to go to the wide receiver screen, coming back underneath, well defended. Federick falls to the outside, Cup pulls it in and holds it. And they're gonna go for it, 4th and short.
Danny Atuaya checks in, number 35, along with McKenzie. 4th down, less than a yard. McKenzie breaks the tackle, first down. Brigham Young at the 33 of New Mexico. Kenny Lewis made the tackle.
Credit Brian McKenzie for the effort in picking up that first down. I've got to question the play calling for a back to go to the outside on 4th and 1 like that, especially a back who runs so well to the inside. Going back to that 3rd down play, watch Cup reach out and cup it in with that big hand. Nobody offered this man a scholarship. He was a walk-on.
There is hope. for those who want to try Division I football.
What a find.
He is now under scholarship, though. That's what happens. You earn your way. 5:20 to go. First half, play action. Federic. Good protection. Looking.
He's got him.
Fires across the middle. Cahoon at the 16.
Federic showing some emotion.
They call him the Big Kahuna. This guy, flypaper hands. He is so dangerous. Doesn't have the blazing speed, but he is so tough after the catch.
I tell you, Federic, he must have run 50 yards to get this completion. Goes out to his left side, comes back, scrambling to his right, has a man downfield, and has the presence of mind to look back into the middle and makes a throw to Cahoon.
And he's a left-hander.
He's a left-hander.
Going to his right, had to throw back.
But he gets his shoulders in good position. He does that with his feet.
First and 10 from the 15. And now the officials step in, flags come out.
What a ball game.
False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
BYU's first penalty.
Comes at the 4:49 mark of the first half.
What a great ball game. It's turning out to be everything we thought it would be.
.442 to go. McKenzie and Hooks check in for BYU. Also Dustin Johnson.
He's been very quiet today.
Lines up in that tight end position, double tight. Going for the home run ball up top. Incomplete. Margin Hooks. Well, let's say he hooked up with that ball and it must have hit the turf because it was called incomplete.
He lost it on the way down. I think he barely got a chance to see it as the defender was covering. Federic throws the ball to the outside. Looked like he might have something there. The defender never looked back. Well, he looked back over one shoulder. Then he ran into the receiver. They ruled it incidental contact.
There's Woods out of Killeen, Texas.
Let's watch the tight end.
Roderick lines up, near side. Second down and 15. Federic. Cahoon. Near the first down, the clock will continue to run down near the 7-yard line. Here it's 21-14 with 4:01 to go in the first half.
Tell you what's turned that Michigan program around has been going out and recruiting players with speed, improving their speed. Here's Cahoon rushing downfield. The big Kahuna does a good job of breaking to the outside. He was looking to the inside for Dustin Johnston, the tight end, dragging across the middle. He got hung up with the linebackers. He went to his alternate receiver, the number 2 man, Cahoon, put it right on the money.
2 touchdowns last week against Tulsa. One reason why you call him the Big Kahuna. And this crowd on a cold, chilly day, and it's starting, the sun begins to set. It's going to get colder as the night comes on. R.J. Anderson lines up near side. Federic's going to keep it on 3rd down and 1. He needed to get just to the 5-yard line. I believe it's going to be first down.
Just short of the 5-yard line, make a first down. And look at Federic. On the last couple of plays, he's showing a lot of leadership, being very emotional. 39, Blake Irwin on the tackle.
And remember, 5 weeks ago, this young man fractured an ankle down at Rice. They thought the season really was over, and now he's back playing a second game. Great game last week against Tulsa with the 4 touchdowns, and right now looking to tie this game up at 21. First and goal, Brigham Young at the 6-yard line. McKenzie can walk in. Touchdown.
He was going to the outside that time. He had great speed. That's what speed will do for you. Not a chance. New Mexico get their hands on him. Watch the lead blocked by the fullback here. Good job of tying up the defender. McKenzie, number 20, just breaks to the outside.
Second touchdown of the day. 10 on the season. McKenzie now 11 carries as he makes the big turn. And remember that 4.28 speed. Hotchman with the extra point, and it's good. 88 yards on the ground for McKenzie. Potchman now 25 consecutive point after attempts, and it's 21 all in Albuquerque. Let's check in with Holly.
Guys, defensive coordinator for New Mexico, Gary Patterson, told us that one of the things they wanted to do was to limit how BYU receivers could run their routes. They're not the fastest receivers in the WAC, so they wanted to limit the time, really pinch the quarterback so they didn't have time to run their routes. But what Kevin Federick's doing to combat that, he's scrambling around, even on the bad ankle, and so he's been able to buy the time for the receivers to complete their routes. That's what was successful on that last drive. Craig?
Thanks, Holly. 11 plays, 72 yards. And 5:43 off the clock as you look at McKenzie. A couple of touchdowns on the afternoon. Boy, look at the arms on that young man.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Holly mentioned the fact that Frederick had the broken ankle and the bad ankle. The way he's moving around in that pocket, I'm wondering, which ankle is bad. There's a little time in the weight room.
Oh, yeah. So strong up top, and yet it's amazing you can combine the strength and the size, Kellen, in college football and the pros today, and the guy can still run a 4.2 40.
5'10", 215.
Yeah,
that's
amazing.
You expect a 4.2 40 time from a guy who's in the 185 category.
Good kick. Jamie Oliver takes a knee, 5 yards deep, and the Lobos will start up at the 20-yard line. They label the WAC as wild and wacky, but it's been such an offensive conference for years, and today we get a wild game, 21-all. But Dennis Franchione, Lavelle Edwards both told us that the defenses, Kellen, really beginning to catch up with the offenses.
Defensive backs are starting to come into the WAC because they know teams are going to throw and they're going to get a great deal of experience. So they're recruiting better athletes at skill positions.
Well, Darren Yancey is one of those good defensive players you talk about, number 97 for Brigham Young. That's a wide body, folks. We're talking 6 feet, 6 inches, 285, 290 after he's had training table. And then, he works off 10 pounds probably after a game, but boy, he's a big one. Fills up that left tackle spot. Second down and 14. Leigh, good protection, dumps it. The back out of the backfield is up into a nice block by number 44, Rob Morris.
Excellent call on second and long. There's a flag down back by the quarterback. Might be holding. Nope. Roughing the passer. BYU, that only had one penalty up to this point, now gets a major penalty walked off against them.
Here's Tom Robinson.
Roughing the passer against the defense. 15 yards from the end of the run. Automatic first down.
From the end of the run, that's even bigger.
Dion Marion checks in along with Ordenstein, number 88, the wide receiver. Keep your eye on Marion. He's had a couple of big plays. He lines up in the tailback spot. He wears number 5. First down and 10 from the 40. Marion gets the call, and that line stands up and doesn't bend. BYU did a nice job stuffing the run off the left side.
New Mexico, coming into this ball game, was averaging about 6.3 yards on first down. If we were to calculate that today, they would be way below that stat.
Two minutes in the half. Second down, 10. Leigh on the option. The pitch. Marion and is hammered down inside the 45 of the 42-yard line. Rob Morris, he has made 3 straight tackles for Brigham Young, and Morris, a great story. He played on his brother's 5th grade football team when Morris was only in 2nd grade. That's how good he is.
Morris, number 44, good range coming to the outside, makes the play. New Mexico had been averaging 6.3 yards a play coming into this game on first down. That average now has been cut in half down to 3.3 on first down. That's why they've got a lot of 2nd and long and 3rd and long to deal with.
3rd down 7. Under a minute to go in the half. Play action lead. Going across the middle. Down. Nearly picked off Spencer Reed, the strong side linebacker, 41.
Spencer Lee, the senior. A good read because Graham Leigh had the tight end open on a good cross slanting route coming down the middle. Just gets that big hand up and bats it down, coming right at you down the middle of the screen. He's reading the quarterback, times his leap, gets up. Oh, he wanted the pick.
Boy, and interceptions, Kellen, have been just a real problem for BYU. Only 2 picks on the season. They both belong to Ben Cook.
And not one has been for a return. They have no yards in interception return for the entire year.
Bloom, fumble, Dabney didn't call for the fair catch. And they'll mark it down at the 19. Cougars sidestep disaster, 37-yard boot. Now here's the scenario. You know what happens in Salt Lake City. We'll update you. Utah knocked off Rice. So now New Mexico needs 2 wins to win the Mountain Division. That includes today. Brigham Young needs to win this game. SMU, 1 win, and then a loss by today's winner between New Mexico and Brigham Young. Rice, a 3-way tie with SMU and today's winner. Utah is in the hunt. 1 win. BYU defeats New Mexico. New Mexico defeats Tulsa. Rice defeats UTEP. TCU defeats SMU, and that forces a 5-way tie.
A 5-way tie.
You got that?
There will be a test at halftime.
Oh, big hole, McKenzie. Left side to the 27-yard line.
Billy Austin, number 16, coming up from his free safety position. Look at that, 42-41, SMU over Tulsa.
Now that's the whack right there, 42-41.
Of course, it could be the Big 12, some of the games we've seen this year.
That's true.
Missouri, Oklahoma State, 47-46. Missouri, Nebraska last week.
Federick going for the home run. Little bump, no flags, out of bounds. That was not, I believe, a catchable ball. The crowd wants a flag, but that ball may have been thrown out of bounds.
Federick going on top. This is just good coverage. He's in great position. He's in great position. Not a problem at all with that. Nothing to complain about.
Good
McDonald.
Ramos McDonald, senior, couple of interception out of Texarkana, Texas. Let's sing that, will you? 11 seconds to go. 3rd down 3. Well, Federick.
Just a mix-up on the handoff.
You had to kind of worry for a moment about the ankle. Now the officials whistle to play the clock to stop with 1 second on the clock.
Federick went to hand the ball to McKenzie. McKenzie wasn't ready to take it. Federick pulled it back in and went down for a knee.
After the timeout, 4 seconds now left in the first half. They added 3 seconds as we were away. Hartsfield back inside his own 10. Chad Smith is set up for the return back inside his own 35. Heavy rush. Hartsfield able to get the ball away. And that ball bounces dead. The clock runs out, ending the first half. And what a half. 42 points in this first half downstairs in Holly Rowe.
Coach Franchione, you knew it would be a war, 21-21 right now. What do you need to change?
We need to stop them a time or two.
Big plays, right?
Yeah, we need to stop them a time or two. We're moving the ball. There's already been more points scored than I thought there was going to be, and so that shows you what I know. But I do think we just need to get a stop or two on defense. We're moving the ball pretty good on offense.
I might be wrong, but I swear you snuck a smile after you heard the Rice score.
I may have, but all that matters is we got to win this one right now.
Okay, thanks very much. Back to you, Craig.
All right, thank you, Holly. 21 all here in Albuquerque.
Coach Edwards, after the first 2 touchdowns, the defense really settled down for that second quarter.
Yeah, it's been a great first half. You know, we made that opening mistake on the kickoff. You just both teams are playing very hard, playing well, executing well. Other than that first, fumble we had on the kickoff, but other than that, it's a heck of a ball game.
You wanted to run the ball to win today. Brian McKenzie already 95 yards.
Well, we're doing what we wanted to do, and we just got to now stop him. You know, we gave him an easy touchdown there at the end when we didn't get lined up properly, but it's, hey, we're hanging in there playing well.
Okay, you heard the Rice score, right?
Yes.
Utah beat him.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Craig, back to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Holly. Always has a way of getting that in there. Yeah, so obviously a huge game here. We're tied at 21 between New Mexico and Brigham Young. McKenzie, as Holly mentioned, they want to run on the ground, and 95 yards for McKenzie, including that big run in the first half.
He's having a great half of football. He's doing a great job running the ball on the inside. They really slow him down a little bit when he gets to the outside, but right now McKenzie, that 4.28 speed here on the outside, breaks it untouched and goes 62 yards for the touchdown. From this point on, it's just form running for Brian McKenzie. That was a big 60-yard touchdown. And then here on the play action, a fake reverse, good block by the wide receiver. He finds Cup, the walk-on fullback, down the field for the 70-yard touchdown pass. And Cup, who's just having an outstanding football game, his only second start in the career. And just before the half ended, McKenzie going in from 2 yards out, again using that outside speed. And on the New Mexico side of the football, they got that early touchdown first. They were able to put it away and to score. And as we start the second half.
Return on the kick. Ball first and 10 at the 20-yard line.
All right, thank you, Kellen. Kickoff went into the end zone. And so New Mexico will start on their own 20-yard line. 21 all here in Albuquerque. Graham Leigh, nice first half, 9 of 14 for 94 yards and a pair of touchdowns. And the first play, New Mexico will start as they did this football game. Yancey coming up off the pile. On the ground, Yancey, a 6'6", 285-pounder out of Blackfoot, Idaho. A pickup of 1 brings up second down 9 from the 21-yard line. Leigh, good play fake across the middle.
Wide open.
Pass is complete.
Omar Morgan on the coverage.
That's Messer, the
Third-string QB.
third-string QB, now the starting wide receiver, just on a crossing route, gets in behind the linebackers. He was wide open. I mean, they must have taken that play action fake by Graham Leigh and stepped up. It was Morgan who made the tackle.
First down, New Mexico from the 45-yard line. Leigh thought about the pitch, turns it up, tripped up after he crossed midfield by Rob Morris, number 44. Kellen, let's take you back first half as we look at this replay.
Graham Leigh, I mean, he throws the ball very well, he runs very well. Here's a good decision, fakes the pitch, fakes out the defender, turns upfield for an excellent game. That may be their largest running play on first down for the entire ball game. 6'3", 214. Just a junior.
Yeah, Mesa, Arizona, majoring in civil engineering. First and 10. Oliver lines up to the near side. First and 10 from the 45 of Brigham Young. We're tied at 21 as we start the third quarter. Leigh again showing some option. Flags fly. Leigh able to pick up a couple to the 41. We take you back. First half highlights. We saw what BYU did. Here's Leigh to Shelton, and the big fullback just bangs in for the Lobos' first score. And then Kellen, here comes Johnson, dives up for a 2-yard touchdown. And then The big pass and the great catch, Milton Thomas. 21 apiece.
We heard Coach Edwards.
On the offense, 10 yards from the previous spot. Still first down.
We heard Coach Edwards with this interview with Holly at the beginning of the second half, and he admitted that they didn't get lined up correctly on that Thomas touchdown. And that touchdown came, it was the next play after the announcement that Rice had lost to Utah, which has a big bearing on this ball game.
New Mexico this season outscoring opponents 154-73 in the second half. That's 2-1. Leigh, great play. And Pascal Vols makes a move to the 32-yard line. Ben Cook brought him down, but give another 10 yards to Pascal on that great little jitter step just around the 40-yard line. 23-yard pickup from Leigh to Vols.
Leigh with the play action, sets up in the pocket. I mean, watch this delivery. Whoop, that is a rope. Right into Pascal Vols' chest. Makes a good catch, and then a good move on Morgan to get upfield before Cook finally brings him down. 9 touchdowns in the last 4 games for Vols.
1st and 10 from the Cougar 32. Leigh on the sprint out, goes the other way. Pascal Vols again. Oh, he went up in traffic. I guarantee you he heard Ben Cook. Made the catch, took the hit, but a flag is down back around the 37.
You're gonna have roughing the passer against BYU, the second time that has been called against them. But an excellent catch by Vols, going up and taking the hit, and then the bigger hit, which was the penalty was called for against
Going to the head of the
Graham Leigh.
against the defense. Half the distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
Automatic first down. You heard Tom Robinson saying going to the head of the quarterback, Graham Leigh. They continue to mark it off inside the 10 now.
The officials just doing their job, trying to protect the players out on the field. If he thought he was going for his head, he's got to throw the flag, and it's got to be a major penalty.
He just joined us. Wild first half, 21 apiece. Now the Lobos knocking on the door. Milton Thomas, who caught that touchdown in the first half, lines up near sideline. Leigh on the sprint out. Turns the corner. And all of a sudden, New Mexico going with the option. Graham Leigh, a good runner, averaging nearly 4 yards a carry, brings it down to the 5, tackled by Omar Morgan, the left corner.
Sometimes the best defense is a good offense. Run the ball, throw the ball when you have to. Keep BYU and Brian McKenzie off the field. Graham Leigh coming downfield. He's a big, strong quarterback. Does a good job of running through the tackle there and turning upfield. Decide to keep it and not to pitch it. But I tell you, when he decides to run it, he better tuck it away.
Second down goal from the 5-yard line. Johnson, the lone back. Leigh again on the option. Through the seam. Touchdown, New Mexico.
They saw something at halftime. They went in and said, we see this. We're going to come out. We think we can move the ball on this option. We're going to run it. We're going to run it until they stop it. Graham Leigh having an outstanding football game. Watch the blocking up front by the tight end and the right tackle. Hooks the man. Hooks number 56 call, I think it was. Graham Leigh just waltzes on in.
Now Shane Jager, 56, the quick tackle, able to seal the inside, and the touchdown by Graham Leigh, his 4th touchdown rushing. Kaysen, the left footer, the kick is up. And so New Mexico opens up the first drive of the second half, and they lead 28-21. We'll be back. University Stadium, and across the street, a great look at the pit, one of the most famous basketball arenas. And there's downtown Albuquerque, this time last night, snowing, high winds. Tonight, calm but cold. Jason Bloom has it teed up at the 35-yard line. Dabney and Horton back to receive the kick for Brigham Young. It's 28-21, New Mexico. Dabney, 6-yard line. Up to the 25 is Dabney.
Let's take a look again at that touchdown. Graham Leigh. Watch the blocking on the right side by the quick tackle, Sean Yeager, and the tight end, Burrow, number 82. Makes it very easy for Leigh just to walk on in on that option.
Let's go downstairs and check in with Holly Rowe.
They've had some pretty good quarterbacks here at New Mexico. Stoney Case and Donald Sellers, both on NFL rosters right now. But none have captured the heart and soul of this team better than Graham Leigh. His players will do anything for him. In fact, they work so hard because they don't want him to look bad. He's an unassuming guy, and he doesn't lead vocally or get in guys' face. He just leads by example.
Well, example sometimes is good enough. So far, it's 28-21 New Mexico as McKenzie, who had the big first half, rumbles 4 yards to the 30. Billy Austin missed the last 3 games with that MCL injury, makes the stop. 7 plays, they go 80 yards, less than 4 minutes. The 5-yard touchdown run for Graham Leigh. McKenzie tonight nearing the century mark. 13 carries, 99 yards.
Got him going sideways again.
He'll lose 2, maybe 3, back to the 27-yard line. Ryan Taylor, 55, broke through to make the tackle.
New Mexico, this is when they really shine in the second half. Allowed 11 total yards and 2 first downs in the second half of their last game 2 weeks ago against TCU. They're outscoring opponents in the second half, a graphic we showed you earlier, by a 2-1 margin.
3rd down, 9. Frederick over the middle. Flags are down, incomplete.
They're going to get, I do believe, Billy Austin for holding up the tight end. Or was that 18, Jamal Woods?
Yeah, contact down to the 40, holding the call. Woods, and that was the tight end, Dustin Johnson, try to hook it to the outside.
And Woods has done that several times and keeping Johnson coming across that crossing route.
On a pass that goes beyond the line of scrimmage on an eligible receiver. Automatic first down.
Let's take a look and see what we can see here. Coming across. No. Maybe it's on the, okay, here it is on 17 on the outside receiver. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I would not have called that. Incidental contact, uncatchable ball, pick up the flag, move on.
6 flags now, 48 yards for New Mexico. Automatic first down, 1st and 10 from the 37. Frederick, 3-step drop, and now flags will stop play again.
Pretty clean game in the first half, penalty-wise.
Before the snap, false start on the offense. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
You know, Craig, if we could offer one criticism of BYU for the entire year is that they have not really played inspired football for 4 quarters. The game we had earlier this year, they had up and down periods. And here come you on the second half after New Mexico comes down, marches the length of the field and scores. They seem a little bit rattled.
1st and 15 from the 32. Frederick. Cahoon, a little bit too long.
Get up! Whatever you do, baby. Get up!
9:33 to go, 3rd quarter. McKenzie. Boy, he just glides along, doesn't he?
He finds the hole, then he turns on that acceleration of speed. Again, 4.28 in the 40. And just runs upfield. Doesn't like he moved the chain a lot, but that's a 6-yard gain. As it was 2nd and 15. But you know, Craig, I'm really surprised BYU doesn't have the speed at receiver, and the two previous plays, they're throwing the ball deep, trying to get behind a very quick Lobos secondary.
9 minutes ago, third quarter, third down 9. The Lobos showing blitz.
Drop off into his zone coverage here.
From the shotgun, heavy pressure. Federick steps out of it. Now is wrestled down and taken down. Boy, a high tackle. Urlacher. They have a lot of high hopes for this young man, number 44, only a sophomore, averaging 8 tackles a game, and he shoots the gap and makes the stop on Kevin Federick.
Showed real good speed on that play. New Mexico's moving around so much, and they drop back and then put pressure on Federick. He might have thought there were 12 or 13 players on the field.
Chad Smith back to receive the punt from J.D. Hartsfield. Ooh, a high snap. Line drive kick.
Good return ball.
Oh, he lost it!
The ball. Flag on the play also. I think we're going to have New Mexico call for a block, illegal block. But that may be all for naught if BYU recovers this ball.
Boy, Mike Schiffler, I believe, came in and just really threw a tough hit down around the legs, and that ball came out.
Illegal block in the back against the receivers. That penalty is refused. First down, BYU.
This is how New Mexico got their break. And opening kickoff, BYU fumbled. New Mexico picked it up. 4 plays later, they put it into the end zone to go up 7-0. Now BYU has their chance.
9th turnover forced. That ties for the fewest in the NCAA. BYU had 8 to start today. Vanderbilt had 9. Utah and Oklahoma tied with 10 turnovers. Roderick, Dustin Johnson, and Cahoon, well, they all stack it up to the near side. And now a timeout. Craig Bowler, Jack Kellen, Winslow, Holly Rowe back in Albuquerque. 28-21. The Lobos with a 7-point lead. Federick under center. They stack it up deep to the far side, going one-on-one, near side, incomplete. Margin Hooks, the intended receiver. Let's go downstairs. Holly Rowe with a couple of special people in the stands. Holly?
Well, this is quarterback Kevin Federick's mom, Terry Federick. And Terry, I know you made a special trip to Provo to help your son recover from his broken ankle.
Yes, I did. He's done this before. He broke his hand when he was a junior in high school. And they said 6 to 8 weeks recovery, and he was back in 2.5. So at that time, I fed him a lot of raw meat and a lot of fruits and vegetables, and we did a lot of special exercising. And he figured that he could do the same thing with his broken ankle, and it worked.
Now, this might be groundbreaking scientific evidence. Raw meat, what's up with that, Terry?
Well, it has to do with the amino acids going directly to the bone in the way it's cracked. So this I've learned from various trainers, so it worked.
Now, the other thing that I found pretty interesting, you showed up here at the stadium at 10 o'clock this morning. You were concerned about the field, weren't you?
Yes, I was. We had heard that the Penn State game, they were like out on the field at 5 in the morning grooming their field for the game. And we wanted to make sure that the Lobos did the same thing, and they did. It was great. They did a great deal.
Now, we talked about this earlier, but Kevin is a different player than before the injury, isn't he, mentally?
Yes. I think the injury really brought it all together, and he just decided that it was time for the team to be handled with a leader, and he wanted to be that leader.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Terry Federick. How about the cutest football mom? Back up to you, Craig.
All right. Thanks, Holly, and thanks to Terry. Boy, there's a football mom right there. As you saw in the last play, Federick trying to hit Cahoon, and that brings up a 4th down punting situation. Hartsfield will punt away to Chad Smith. This is going to be a little pooch kick. Good hang time. Cougars are down on coverage inside the 5. And Hartsfield sets New Mexico back to their own 4-yard line. 34-yard punt. Lavelle Edwards, the 4th winningest active coach in football, 15th all time. He's the proud owner of 18 WAC conference titles. He's been to 20 bowl games, and he's trying to extend that streak this year. Up the middle, big hole. Oh, what a gaping hole for 26, Reginald Johnson. And just when you think New Mexico's in trouble, they break it open and now have plenty of room to work with up at the 22-yard line. .6:24 and counting. 3rd quarter.
Back to the option.
Leigh stiffs arms a tackler. That was Omar Morgan, and another first down for the Lobos. Rob Morris, 44, got him down near the 34-yard line.
You know, Craig, I don't see the fire in BYU that you would expect to see after putting a punt down on the 5-yard line. Graham Leigh is doing a wonderful job on that pitch, keeping the ball, turning upfield. Good blocking downfield also. Receivers working hard.
We talked about explosive plays. The 6th explosive play of the night. 17-yard pickup. Burrow, Ordenstein, and Oliver in. Oliver in motion on 1st and 10. And there's a pile up around the 34. Tough, maybe a foot for Shelton. Now here's the scenario, Kellen. If there is a 4-way tie at 5-3, Rice at 4-3 wins the division in a tie with Brigham Young, New Mexico, and SMU. Utah 4-3 would win the division in a tie with BYU, New Mexico, and Rice. SMU 5-2 wins the division in a tie with BYU, Rice, Utah, or in a tie with New Mexico, Rice, and Utah. By the way, New Mexico and BYU are both 4-2. Neither team can win the division.
Get back to that and clarify that.
In the scenario that we're speaking of. Yeah, can you put that up one more time? It's confusing, yes, but what's going to happen is this will all unfold very clear. But we were saying they're both 4-2. Neither team can win the division in a 4- or 5-team tie.
So who would go and play December 6th in the WAC championship game?
I'm going to leave that up to you. Now remember, next week, the season continues. New Mexico plays Tulsa in a battle. It's going to be Utah, BYU.
Tulsa team that has had ups and downs all year long, but offensively, it's always a challenge.
5 minutes to play, 3rd quarter, 3rd down and 10 from the 39. Leigh, the blitz, down he goes. Spencer Reed.
He had the fullback for the short gain out of the backfield, but he wanted to go downfield to Messer, number 12, the 6'5", 3rd string quarterback, starting wide receiver.
Kellen, there's the standings to date. SMU at 5-2, New Mexico 4-2, Brigham Young 4-2, Rice now 4-3. Utah with the win today jumps to 4-3, 5-5 on the season. So there's the 5 teams that still are battling for the Mountain Division Championship and a chance to play December 6th in Las Vegas. Bloom into punt on 4th down. Dabney. He's been held in check today at the 31. Turns on the jets, hits a wall, breaks a tackle, and will be down at midfield. Nice run by Dabney. Flag is out. 45-yard kick and a 20-yard return. All right, we'll talk about the flag. 4:03 to go, 3rd quarter.
back in Albuquerque, BYU trails by 7, but the story right now, Pascal Valls, the top receiver for New Mexico, is suffering from severe cramps. They've been working on him for about the last 5 minutes. They're trying to force him to drink liquid. The problem, it is so cold here, he doesn't want to drink anything, and they're forcing it down him right now. He is trying to get back in the game, though. Craig, back to you.
All right, thank you, Holly. Definitely an offensive weapon New Mexico will need on their next series. Right now, McKenzie trying to fire up BYU's offense. Running off the right side, past the 45, up to the 43-yard line. Brian Urlacher. There's your look at Pascal Valls. Kind of amazing, Kellen. Tell me, as a former player, how do you get cramps in 30-degree weather?
By not drinking water. You have to drink water no matter what the weather conditions are. Yes, when it's hot, you need to drink a whole lot. But even in weather like this, your body is losing, you're losing body heat. You've got to replace those fluids, and you've got to get water in your system. I don't care what the temperature is.
Well, he's trying right now. He's got a whole tray full of cups down there. McKenzie again, the workhorse for Brigham Young's offense. First down, right at the 40-yard line. Marcus Stanton, the strong safety, flew over to make the stop. They may have to bring the chains out. This is going to be a close one. McKenzie tonight, 18 carries, 111 yards, a couple of touchdowns. Had the big 60-yarder in the first half.
The last 2 runs, he's gotten good yardage, but I still think he's a better inside runner than he is going sideways. And with the size of that BYU line, you know, I'd love to see a back like that in traditional I formation, taking that ball deep and just using that speed and that power. Ball stretching that those calf muscles.
And he's stretching them right there in front of the
water.
He needs to drink down.
Lean over.
Pick up a cup.
You can't take fluid in that way. You just can't get it in that way.
It's 3rd down and inches. McKenzie, big hole, breaks it to the 33.
He is so strong.
Big hole off the left side. Chris Wallace, or check that, Joe Wong, the left guard, number 70. Woods, the left corner, made the tackle.
Look at that, just movement off the ball. You could run behind that.
John Taylor, yeah, 6'7", 295-pounder back in at left tackle. Really their finest offensive lineman for Brigham Young. He's missed the last 2 games with hamstring problems. There's a look at McKenzie in a Sarasota.
315 and 295 on the left side alone for BYU. That's Tatum Wong.
Dabney is in as a wideout. Federick on the run. So he is an amazing player. Looks like as he made the turn, I don't know if we get a shot of that ankle. He's got it taped with the black tape. But he, remember 5 weeks ago,
he was on crutches on campus.
Fractured an ankle. And he's out there playing at this level and being forced to turn it outside.
You know, and Holly told us what her, the report, what his mother did for him as he turns to the outside here. He plants. He doesn't seem to be hesitating on that ankle whatsoever. But sometimes when you plant on that sideline, you're not telling what type of turf you're going to get, and his ankle just slipped from under him a little bit.
Dabney, the scat back. He can play wide out. They line him up, and he runs it to the 20. A first down. Well, this young man, Lavelle Edwards, doesn't still know really where to fit him in the offensive scheme of things. He's a small guy. There's Norm Chow, the offensive coordinator for Brigham Young. But, you know, for a coordinator, it's got to be a pleasant or a good problem to work with because he is so quick and elusive.
You pound McKenzie on the inside, and then you come back with that change of pace with the scat back, Dabney on the outside, and the defense is just running all over the place.
BYU on the move, 1st and 10 from the 20, under 2 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. McKenzie were able to stop at the 15, change directions, and finally Bart Barnard made the tackle.
Number 51, Bart Barnard.
Billy Austin had him, and then McKenzie just stopped and went the other direction.
Austin's had a lot of tackles now. He might just be tired. But a great shot of McKenzie coming to the outside. Good vision. He sees Austin coming from his left side, makes the cut, lets Austin go right by in front of him, continues upfield to pick up good yardage.
Margin hooks, far sideline. McKenzie now 20 carries for 129 yards. And again, McKenzie. He runs sideline to sideline. They stretch him out, and they're going to toss him for a 5-yard loss back to the 15. Stanton, the strong safety, in on the tackle.
When that huge offensive line for BYU allows penetration, that forces McKenzie to go sideways, and he becomes an average or less than average back. But when he's able to get those shoulders square and turn the field, he is very, very dangerous. Going out now for a break.
Dabney checks back in, number 22. And McKenzie needs the break. Under a minute to go, 2nd and 15. Guess who? Dabney. Look at this little guy. Oh, he is just thrown over at the 15. Billy Austin came running down the line and just threw him down. Downstairs now to Holly Rowe.
Hey guys, what's interesting about New Mexico's defense? They run what's called a 4-2 instead of the familiar 4-3. That means they have 3 safeties in there. That really limits what BYU can do running on the sidelines. Gary Peterson, the defensive coordinator, said he had noticed BYU went sideline to sideline a lot. And you'll notice when BYU does that and kicks it out to the wing, they're not getting anything. It's the straight ahead plays that's really hurting New Mexico.
North-south.
Quickest way to the end zone.
Final play of this quarter. Federick, timing pattern into the end zone. Touchdown, Brigham Young. It was hauled down by Margin Hooks.
Yes, he did.
The redshirt freshman from Waco.
The coverage looked good. The ball was coming in. He had a chance to make a play. Number 34, Ramos McDonald, and he just stopped on the play. Let's take a look at the top of your screen. A little bump and run. He thinks he's got him to the outside. I don't know if he lost the ball or not. He'll take another look at it. Look, up close look. A good bump on him. He's right there with him. He lost sight of the ball. Didn't realize the ball was in the air. That's what a time route will do to a defensive back.
Potchman will try the point after. If he makes it, we're tied. And we are tied at 28. Federick with the great touch. Throws it to the redshirt freshman, Margin Hooks, his 2nd touchdown reception of the season, and that forces a 28-all tie here in Albuquerque. We'll come back after this. Well, we expected a close game here in Albuquerque. Brigham Young, New Mexico, tied at 28 as we start the 4th quarter. Craig Bullerjack, Kellen Winslow, and Holly Rowe. And you know what? You've got the overcoat. It's about 30 degrees. What am I doing?
It's about 25 degrees.
You know.
Let me double check that. Wind chill factor, we're down to 18.
All right, you got me. All I got this, just this coat.
But you're a tough guy.
Yeah.
You played at Kansas State.
Tried to.
Yeah.
And you played at like Missouri, like right across, like Big 8 country.
Yeah,
right?
but we got jackets.
The kick goes to Oliver at the 5.
Got a hole.
Oliver at the 20, hit his own man and down at the 25-yard line.
Let's go back and take a look at that touchdown. Now I want you to watch the defensive back number 34, Ramos McDonald. He gets the bump on the guy, and this is what a time pass will do to a defensive back. He had great coverage, but the ball was in the air before he had a chance to locate it. Once he turned his back on the quarterback, Federick got the ball up. He couldn't do anything. Good coverage, but still a touchdown, BYU.
9 plays, 50 yards, 4 minutes off the clock, and the 14-yard touchdown.
His only completion in the 3rd quarter.
The 3rd quarter.
Amazing.
Graham Leigh, they ran the option quite a bit in that 3rd quarter, and again he tries to string out BYU's defense. The Cougars wouldn't bite. Rob Morse, great downline pursuit by the middle linebacker.
Okay, let's look for the reverse.
Setting it up, are you telling me?
Setting up the reverse or the misdirection, maybe the inside handoff with the receiver or the back coming back the other direction. On that last play, I was watching backside pursuit by BYU. There was no one there. And you can best believe the offensive coordinators in New Mexico are looking at the same thing.
From the eye. 2nd down, 11 after the 1-yard loss. Long snap count, and now Graham Leigh is going to call a timeout. Lobo fans have been waiting a long time for this. Dennis Franchione rebuilding this program after his 6th season. We're tied up at 28 apiece between Brigham Young and New Mexico. Leigh going across the middle. Pascal Vols with the one hand. Could not pull it down at the 40. We talked about Vols trying to replenish the fluids, let the cramps go away. And he had good speed just a little bit out in front of him.
Morgan on the coverage here. Graham sets back. He's got him down the middle. He's got behind the secondary. And Morgan did a very good job of getting there. Maybe Vols had a chance to pull it in if Morgan had not been there to disrupt that one-handed attempt.
Omar Morgan is so good breaking on a play. His recovery time is phenomenal. Under 14 minutes to go. 3rd down 11. Graham Leigh over the middle to his fullback. Incomplete. That brings up a punting situation for the Lobos. How close is this game? Well, the score tells you it's 28 apiece, but the numbers tell you so much as well. Kellen, first downs, even. Rushing yards, even. Passing yards, a 1-yard separation. First downs, by the way, 14, and the turnovers are even at 1.
Let's check this. This could be a mathematical error. Just 1 yard off.
No, Tom Barberry, our fine statistician.
If this is politics, I would ask for a recount, as they're doing down in Miami right now. Sorry, Tom.
Dabney at the 30, lost the handle, picks it up and is stopped in his tracks. Well, the Cougars dodge a whole bunch of trouble. 46-yard punt. University Stadium, snow was on this field early this morning. They've done a nice job to remove it. Has not really played a factor at all in this football game.
It's in great condition.
Dabney is in at one of the tailbacks. Lost the handle, Lobos have it.
Frederick on the pitch, maybe a bit strong, hit Dabney up in the chest. He never got a handle on it. And Dabney, who's put the ball on the ground 3 times tonight. New Mexico taking advantage of it. Might have something to do with the temperature. Let's take a look at the pitch here. Oh, he had his eyes on the defender. He did not watch the ball. Dabney was watching the defender coming in. Number 98, Bill Borchers. And Billy Irvin, number 39, boring down on him. That's why he missed the ball.
Second turnover. You saw that this is the 17th consecutive game the Lobos have forced a turnover. Graham Leigh wants the Cougars to pay for it. Leigh on the run. Leigh still on his feet and is taken down with one arm by Brad Martin. Now that is strength, folks. Brad Martin was just really out of position, but did a little tug and got him down.
A little tug to pull him down. You see Graham Leigh go for the old stiff arm, kind of like striking the old Heisman pose without the leg being up. Get the old stiff arm out, trying to get the defender off of him, but he was pulled down. Great camera work coming right at you, folks. Nice move, steps it out, but you got to keep it out. Once you get it out, you got to keep it out.
Graham Leigh, 14 carries tonight for 63 yards and a touchdown. They're changing things up on 2nd and 2 from the 17 of Brigham Young. 2-step drop into the end zone.
Thomas.
Touchdown. Both officials had to look at one another before they would signal the touchdown. Milton Thomas with his second touchdown of the game.
Of the year. Milton Thomas, a young man who doesn't play much. We heard the story earlier about his mother passing early in the year. He's being covered by number 30, Ben Cook. 17-yard touchdown. 3-step drop, get the ball up early. Cook on top, and watch, he just comes inside, makes a good catch, uses that body for position to make the catch. New Mexico takes advantage of another BYU turnover.
Colby Kaysen with the point after. And the shootout continues. Oh, so much time though remains in Albuquerque. 12:40 to go. New Mexico leads now. Brigham Young 35-28. Graham Leigh, great touch pass. Milton Thomas hangs it in, and oh yes, touchdown. We'll be back. 4th quarter in Albuquerque, this crowd alive. 38-35 Lobos leading Brigham Young. And there is the man of the hour, Milton Thomas. 2 touchdowns tonight, his first 2 of the season. And oh, what a spark plug. But 2 plays, 25 yards. But Kellen, how about that? 5 for 5 tonight inside the red zone. 5 touchdowns.
A great stat.
Horton 2 yards deep. Horton at the 20. Horton to the 22-yard line. John Morala, number 84, is in at a tight end position. Federick, play action. The lefty sets up. Downfield coverage, and that is a coverage sack. Boy, the Lobos secondary did a fabulous job covering downfield, and Federick hits the deck. Ryan Taylor, who's had a great night, 55, was in the backfield.
Here's a replay of the touchdown to Milton Thomas. You know, not the greatest route on a fade route, but he just runs by Cook because Cook did nothing to disrupt the timing of Thompson getting downfield, but Thompson comes up with a great catch for the touchdown. What a great story.
You know what, we've seen touch passes that side of the end zone, and remember Federick had a great one to Margin Hooks prior to that one to tie it at 28.
On the same type of pattern.
Second down, 13. Roderick in motion, Federick sets up. Ball is caught and dropped. Cup. And Federick
he's down.
Is slow to get up. Say one thing about this young man, he's resilient. Borchers came in, you look at his ankle, but he also has some stitches from last week. He took a shot in the chin last week and had to leave. Had some stitches put in his chin, but he came back, and that's just, ooh, that hit his shoulder.
Yes, it did as he went down. He's got the cut up under the chin that you will see most football players. You play long enough, you're going to get it. And yes, I have it also. The helmet under the chin that no chin strap can protect you from.
Borchers a 260-pounder.
Just knocked the wind out on that last play.
Third down, 13. Federick, watch out, backside.
Oh, what a throw.
Cahoon nearly brought it in. But the flypaper, the flypaper hands could not quite, it wouldn't stick in this cold weather.
Would not been enough for the first down anyway, but an excellent throw by Federick, rolling out and getting the ball out there for Cahoon to be able to at least have an attempt at it. He's feeling pressure from the backside, winds up, gets rid of the football, and goes down again.
Kellen, the official, right on the spot, no flag, but that's an intimidation hit.
Indeed it is.
It makes you think when
I
come back next time. Chad Smith back to receive the punt. Takes a Cougar bounce, still rolling to the 35. Let's go downstairs in Holly Road.
Guys, we talked about Dennis Franchione's motto, expect to win. After every single victory, the players get in their locker that Sunday a t-shirt like this that says expect to win. What they do is every time they win, they get one that says expect to win 8, expect to win 9. So after the game last week, they got one that said expect to win 8. And he says he doesn't want Gatorade, he doesn't want the goalpost torn down, but what I think he has to worry about right now is not his players if they win, but the fans, because the fans in New Mexico right now are so hyped.
Well, and here's the reason. 31-34 in the last 5 seasons, only 9 victories prior to that in a long stretch. Dennis Franchione indeed has rebuilt New Mexico football. First back-to-back winning season since back in 70-71 for this program.
That is a long, dry spell, and he's told us that he's a builder. He's
not a maintainer.
Maintainer of programs, he's a builder.
You have to wonder what that means. How much more can you build before you want to move on?
Good question.
Second down, 9. Under 11 minutes to play. Lobos with a 35-28 lead on Brigham Young. Delay a game to call.
Graham Leigh thought about calling a timeout thought better of it in a close contest. He might need that timeout later. Again, New Mexico makes a major change in their offensive personnel.
Clock running, 10:15 to play. Third down and 12 from his shotgun. Leigh runs, then pitches. And into the pile goes the fullback, Spencer Reed. Made the tackle.
On
and
third
that brings
and long,
up a punting situation.
On third and long, not wanting to do anything foolish, like throw an interception or have a turnover. They come out with a play they run very well, the option. Put pressure on the defensive end of the guy who has the pitch. Make the pitch, nice secure play, but even more importantly, stay in bounds.
You see Dennis Franchione, though? I'm not sure if he really was that pleased with that particular call. He's having a talk with his quarterback. Dabney, who's had trouble hanging on to the football, back to receive the punt. Low snap. The kick is away. Oh, it takes a big Lobo bounce and rolls into the end zone. Touchback. Brigham Young will start on their own 20. A 60-yard kick. Let's go downstairs and check in with Holly Rowe.
Guys, I checked with the BYU team trainer, George Curtis, after that hard hit on Kevin Federick. Kevin is fine, although he is a little bit gimpy. One of the things we've seen in the past couple of games, his calf muscle is getting tired because it's not used to the repetition. So that could be one of the things that's bothering right now, but it certainly wasn't that hit.
Kevin Federick, as you just saw, trots back into the huddle. Has some work to do. Cougars down 7 with 8:41 to go here at University Stadium on a cold night in Albuquerque. Roderick and Cahoon line up near side now. Cahoon, the motion man. Oh, McKenzie, did you see that? He started to the inside, cut it back out, and there was no gain. Absolutely nothing. He picks up 5.
We talked about that at the break. We love to see this young man in the I formation, traditional I formation set. He's deep with that quickness and that speed. He can see a lot of things in that vision and make the cut. Ryan McKenzie, number 20, just a wonderful running back.
Federick tonight in the second half, 1 of 6, 14 yards, but it was the touchdown that he was able to connect with margin hooks. Federick saying, hey, get out there, I'll throw it to you. Has a man off the fingertips, incomplete. Cup, the intended receiver, down near the 40-yard line.
And again, it surprises me that they're going to the deep pass a lot with BYU receivers because they don't possess the receiver with the blazing speed to get behind the secondary. Look at Federick directing the traffic. He's telling Cup where he wants him to go, turn it upfield, but Cup doesn't possess the speed to turn upfield and outrun the guy and make the catch.
Oh, Franchione now. Look at this. The head coach is up on the bench.
This is the culmination of what he's been trying to build here in New Mexico. He realizes that the road to the WAC championship goes through BYU.
How important is this game? And the sack. Federick goes down. Scott McGarrahan, the top tackler on this Lobo defense, crashed through.
Over the years, Craig, he's been recruiting. Franchione's been recruiting. As we watch the blitz here, they get up in the receiver's face, disrupt the timing of it all. Federick has no place to go but down. But he's been recruiting athletes. Now he feels he has enough athletes to compete with the BYU. And for the first time in his 5 years here, he's actually got 85 scholarship players.
Hartsfield with a punt. Not much. The Lobos will have it. A 38-yard kick, no return. We'll be back. Earmuffs in vogue tonight. The Arctic hat, as you see there. Cold night in Albuquerque, but hey, fans aren't minding this a bit. Lobos lead by 7. They have the football, and a big gainer just ripped off. by Reginald Johnson, the sophomore out of Lindale, Texas.
On the sideline, the coaches have told the running backs and the receivers and the quarterback, you protect that football like your life depended on it, because it really does. And they're also telling them to stay in bounds. New Mexico is going to pull this running game out and try to knock as much time off this clock as possible.
Play clock down to 17, 16, 15. You know, as you mentioned, Graham Leigh is very well aware of that. Second down and 1. Right up the middle of the fullback.
It's not like we have such a well-organized crew. Bowler Jack, Winslow, and Rowe. Not necessarily in that order. It actually should be Rowe, Winslow, and Bowler Jack. We have a good time together.
First and 10, Franchione, you can just tell.
Every second, they're going to take off that clock.
You saw a smile cracking. First and 10 from the 45. The pitch. Big yards. Nice run. Reginald Johnson again. First down, Lobos at the Cougar 30. Jason Walker, Carlos Nuno chased him down from behind.
Move those change. Reginald Johnson, he made a cut back to the inside because he did not want to go out of bounds.
Johnson now 10 carries, 46 yards, a touchdown. Here we go again, the scenario. In order to win the Mountain Division, Kellen, New Mexico, 2 wins. BYU, 2 wins. SMU, 1 win and a loss by today's winner. Rice, 3-way tie with SMU and today's winner. And Utah, they need a 5-way tie or a 4-way tie with Brigham Young, Rice, and the University of New Mexico. Teate, if New Mexico wins this game, open up the front driver's seat, and they're right there.
They're right there. They've got their next game is, I do believe, is Tulsa.
Number 38 for Sheldon carries once again.
And they play Tulsa next week.
SMU 5-2. Lobos would go to 5-2 if they win tonight. Brigham Young would go to 5-2 if they come back to win. Rice is at 4-3, and Utah, with the win today at home against Rice, is at 4-3, and they're back to the 500 level on the season at 5-5. Total yards this half, 162 for New Mexico. Kellen, only 56 for Brigham Young. Don't forget, Tennessee, Arkansas will follow this game. 4:35 to go. Leigh throws it out of bounds, incomplete. That stops the clock. 4:24 to go. Yards hard to come by for BYU, as I mentioned in the second half. Flags come down. Stops the clock. 4:24 to play.
Not one, but several.
Before
Lobos.
the snap, false start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
Maybe the tight end, Duran.
I don't think it was a tight end. It had to be somebody else. But Tom Robinson, the referee, you know, in college they don't tell us those things. But the tight end, number 86, I think the left tackle, and maybe number 12, Messer.
Colby Kaysen warming up on the sideline in case his leg is needed. He's hit 15 of 22 in the field goal department, his longest from 42.
Wind would not be a factor for him tonight.
3 wideouts. They throw the slant. Nope, incomplete. Milton Thomas, who's had the 2 touchdown receptions tonight, looked for some help from the official, but Jack Williams was there on his back, incomplete.
Let's talk about excellent coverage. BYU defended that play like they were in the huddle when it was called. Williams right on the back of Thomas. See what New Mexico decides to do here.
And now a 4th down and 14. Jason Bloom.
Pooch punt from this distance.
Jason Bloom is on the punt for New Mexico.
See if BYU's alert for the fake.
Back to receive for Brigham Young, number 22.
Dabney is back at his own 10. Little line drive kick. Takes us a bounce. Oh, they're going to mark it at the 1-foot line.
Yard line.
Oh, my. Jason Bloom
What a clutch.
33-yard pooch.
What a clutch. He had a Lobo down there trying to make sure the ball didn't go into the end zone. Couldn't keep up with it. One bounce, two bounce, just inside the cone.
Oh, that's a great look, guys. And look at the reaction. Yeah, that's why I just kind of stay by myself during practice and just kick by myself, guys.
Yeah, you wonder what I'm doing.
6 possessions in the second half, only 56 yards for BYU. Here's a scenario, 4:13 to go. Brigham Young has to go 99 yards to have a chance at overtime. McKenzie is pushed back maybe a foot or two on that play.
Look at New Mexico to get up in the face of the wide receivers. BYU, they're going to crowd that line, try to get penetration. If Brian McKenzie gets the football, they want him going sideways.
Timeout scenario, 2 timeouts remaining for both New Mexico and Brigham Young. Second down, call it 10, just at the 1-yard line. Hand off, McKenzie breaks it to the 6. Blake Irwin, 39, the linebacker, inside linebacker, made the stop.
Well, this could be the ball game. Third down, 5 yards to go. Ball's on the 6. 3:11 and counting on the clock. Either you pick it up here.
Well, we mentioned you have the 2 timeouts. Now you have to start thinking, you're going to run or pass, you've got to go sideline to stop the clock. Federick pedals back. Still has time in the back of the end zone. Throws deep, caught, incomplete at the 30. Oh, so close. That brings up 4th down. What do you do? 2:47 to go. Billy Austin was the cover man, the free safety.
You've got to punt it. Take a look at the replay here, but you've got to punt this ball in this situation. Frederick, nowhere to go. On these plays, on this situation, you run your best pass play. It was defended by New Mexico, who probably knows that could have been a late hit. That could have been a late hit on Frederick, and Cup just missing his outstretched hands. But you punt the ball here, you've got 2 timeouts left to go. You call a timeout after the first run, after the second run, and you hope you stop him on 3rd down.
Hartsfield, 2 yards from the back line of the end zone. Needs a big kick. Taken at the 40-yard line is Chad Smith. And the Lobos will have fine field position, a 34-yard kick and a 2-yard return. 2:40 to go here in Albuquerque.
Fans, don't forget the ticket office at the pit is open.
In the first half, 61 yards and 4 first downs in the second half tonight. 2 weeks ago against TCU, 11 yards, 2 first downs. Oof. What a difference a couple of weeks make. BYU has to stop New Mexico for a short gain. In the first half, New Mexico was averaging 3.3 yards on first down. During the season, they were averaging 6.3.
Marion
Call the timeout.
lost a yard back to the 41. Yancey sliced through, number 97, and the Cougars get the timeout with 2:31 left to play. We'll step aside. Lobos by 7. Lavelle Edwards facing the sidelines, down 7. Dennis Franchione. You can just see what this game means. Will work for the whole game.
That's great.
1 timeout remaining for BYU, 2 for the Lobos. Graham Leigh rolls out. Oh, broke the tackle. Did you see the little pump to buy him some time? And he stops the clock with 2:24.
Did the officials miss a face mask? I thought I saw Graham Lee's head come back.
I think Graham Leigh is discussing that right now with Tom Robinson. Here's the replay.
It's a replay, the pump fake to give him extra time. Come to the outside. Oh, that's inside the helmet. Not really a face mask. That was more like inside the helmet. Number 13, Tyler Nelson. reaching inside the helmet. But just as easily could have been called.
Oh, yeah. 3rd down and 7 from the eye. 2:24 to go. 4th quarter. Leigh with a little fake pitch. He's got a lane. He could go. Hops on with a tackler into the 1-yard line.
1-yard line.
Oh, what a run by Graham Leigh. Tyler Nelson made the touchdown-saving tackle. But Leigh did something so athletic down near the 15.
He came down. It looked like he was running the 400-meter high hurdle. You knew they were going to come back with the option. It's been their best running play of the night. Makes the pitch, the fake to the pitch. Cook takes the bite, turns upfield, hurdles his own man in full stride, never broke stride, turns upfield. Coming right at you, folks. Nice head fake. Cook had to take the bite. There's nobody out there for the pitch man. Good block downfield by Johnson. He hurdles Johnson. Form running. I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it. No!
16 carries, 102 yards for the Lobo quarterback. We talked to Dennis Franchione. He said, you know, Graham's a good quarterback. He's not really a great runner. I mean, his forte is passing. Well, tonight he's proven Coach wrong. He can run the football. Flags are down. Stay tuned. Tennessee, Arkansas. We'll follow this game. 1:55 to go here in Albuquerque.
False start on the offense.
Oh.
Still 1st down.
Oh, what a killer. What a killer. Franchione's going to call a timeout now. He wants to talk to his team about this.
Franchione, we talked about the importance of this game the entire length tonight, but yet it's the next step. It's the next level that his program needs to make it, to take the national respect that he thinks they so well deserve.
We compared this game earlier to the North Carolina-Florida State game last week. And North Carolina knows that in order for them to be national champions, they have to beat Florida State in their own conference. New Mexico, same way as BYU.
The fullback up the middle, the clock will run. Under 2 minutes to the 4-yard line. Ed Keel made the stop on Chris Shelton.
BYU waited too long to call their last timeout. That should have been instantaneous.
BYU, that's their last timeout.
The moment the official blew the whistle, they should have called timeout.
Our National Car Rental players of the game for Brigham Young. Tremendous night in the backfield. McKenzie, 24 carries, 133 yards, and the 2 touchdowns. Graham Leigh, New Mexico QB. He can run and he can gun. 273 total yards, accounting for 4 touchdowns in this game.
4 touchdowns. He came ready to play tonight.
Only a junior is Graham Leigh.
Is it too early to start touting him for the Heisman next year?
You know what? In New Mexico's eyes, it's never too early. Let's go to the studios and Mike.
All right, Craig and Kellen. Tennessee won the toss. They're on the first possession. Jamal Lewis, you saw him just there. He's had a big last 5 games for the Volunteers, averaging 145 yards a game. 2nd down and 10. Game just underway in Little Rock. Play action fake. Manning going for it all, going deep. Overthrown, and again, we'll join this game in progress following yours. Guys?
All right, thank you, Mike. Charlie Steiner, Todd Christensen, John Salisbury standing by for that. A pile up down inside the 5. Franchione giving the next play.
Smack dab in the middle.
They're going to take their time on piling here.
Hey, why they stop the clock?
You heard him say smack down the middle.
Got a left 30 wedge, hurry.
30 wedge.
30 wedge. 30 is an inside play. You counted from 0 being the center. This play should be to the left side of the line. Even numbers being to the right, odd numbers being to the left.
Coming up on a minute left. Inside the 5-yard line. Third down and goal. Shelton to the 2. BYU cannot stop the clock.
Depends on if they have to run another play.
Make sure we spare. Make sure we spare.
They're going to take their time in setting up for this field goal attempt. Only thing will save BYU right now is a blocked field goal.
Colby Kaysen, this will be a 20-yarder. The kick is true and up.
There's the nail in the coffin.
38-28. New Mexico has finally broken through. BYU king of the WAC. The Lobos say it's time for a change.
September 1980. Jim McMahon was the quarterback.
On the other side, Brigham Young dejected. A season of ups and downs. The Lobos will go to 8-2. 5-2 in the WAC. Franchione wants no goalposts taken down. He wants no Gatorade shower. He wants to win and win with class. Tennessee, Arkansas coming up next. Short kick to the 27. Loose ball, and they're going to mark it down to the 27-yard line. 5 seconds remain here in Albuquerque.
Expected to win. Act like we expected to win.
Franchione reminding his players of what he talked about at the beginning of the week. We expected to win this ball game.
His wife
very much a part of everything he's tried to do here at New Mexico and everywhere else he's been.
Well, he rebuilt Pittsburgh State, his alma mater. He comes here to New Mexico, and 6 years later picks up the biggest win of his career against Brigham Young. Federick on the final play across to Cahoon. Tackled down at the 45, and that's it. 38-28, New Mexico